Kill Kill, a story about high school student Ryuko trying to find out the truth about her father's mysterious death. There is this overarching revenge plot that keeps the story somewhat together, but in between the show is going kind of batshit insane. To give you a glimpse of how random this show can be, let me show you a small clip. If you haven't watched Kill Kill, you are probably pretty damn confused. However, in the context of the show, it is still pretty weird, but also hilarious. Apparently, this was the first anime made by Studio Trigger, and it shows. I love how expressionate the animation and visuals are. Do you like fanservice? No? Well, then this anime straight up isn't for you. No, I mean, it's crucial for the plot that we see every character naked 10 times per episode, because, you know, the anime is about clothing and whatnot, so all of this, totally necessary, trust me. Kill Kill has a lot of likable characters. Ryuko, for example, is cool because she is bold and not the type. Don't get me wrong, I like my fair share of cute anime girls, but it's nice to see a woman who's not afraid of getting her hands dirty without going straight into yandere, tsundere or whatever mode. But the show has other cool characters as well, that are not necessarily deep or anything, but the show is good at giving each character their own unique quirks, which make them fun to watch. Ryuko's rival, Satsuki, for example, has a lot of pride. The way she moves, the way she talks, it all resembles her proud nature. In episode 16, for example, she acts like the battle didn't took a huge toll on her. In front of her arch-nemesis Ryuko, she stands as proud as ever, only to collapse just when she is out of her sight. With all these over-the-top animations and quirky characters, the show has kind of a cartoonish vibe to it at times. Kill Kill is also pretty funny, but despite the slapstick and ridiculous characters, it somehow still manages to be serious when necessary. As I stated before, I quite enjoyed the randomness of Kill Kill because you never really know what you're in for when you start a new episode. However, there's one big problem I have with the show that is partly a result of that random and unpredictable nature of Kill Kill. The fights. Now, it's kinda hard to identify Kill Kill as one particular genre, but I believe that in its core, this is still a shonen anime. And like many other shonen anime, the fights make up a significant part of the watching experience. Unfortunately though, I was generally not a big fan of Kill Kill's fight scenes. The fights often feel more like a gathering of random events rather than being of strategical or tactical nature. And unfortunately there isn't enough emotional impact or choreography to make up for it. Again, most of the time. Not saying there aren't any good fights in the show, but I wasn't fond of a lot of them, honestly. Instead of telling a compelling narrative themselves, the fights tend to play out in favor of the plot. Oftentimes the characters just activate powers that were never properly introduced before, which makes a lot of fights feel unsatisfying in my opinion. I think it would have greatly helped to previously elaborate what exactly the capabilities and limitations of all the different suits are. But because they were not, it just feels like an asshole whenever a character is suddenly able to turn the tables around. An example would be the fight between Sanageyama and Ryuko. Ryuko basically gets her ass kicked the entire fight, and just when Sanageyama is about to deliver his final blow, his uniform overheats, giving Ryuko the chance to escape. I mean, sure, I understand they couldn't exactly kill the main character right then and there, but it makes the outcome feel more like a plot convenience rather than a logical result of the fight. It's a bit of a shame because apart from that, Kill Kill does a lot of things right, whether it's the world building, characters or animation. I nevertheless enjoyed Kill Kill, but the fights are kind of what holds the show back for me to consider it any more than just decent. Again, no hard feelings, feel free to disagree, Kill Kill is despite this worth a watch.